Listen up for a new topic each morning in the AM Mayhem Morning Show.
Frisco, Frisco, F-R-I-S-K-O, man. Frisco, Frisco, follow the snowman. Frisco, Frisco, F-R-I-S-K-O, man. Frisco, Frisco, follow the snowman.
Frisco Ice Cream, the local leader in quality frozen snacks and a variety of local fruit flavors. Winner of the Best of SVG's People's Choice Awards for the best ice cream. Over 25 years of experience in keeping you satisfied. Not only in ice cream, but chalk ice, popsicles, ice cream cakes, servers, and much more. And remember,
Follow the snowman.
With the compliment of Frisco Ice Cream. You know what ain't making no sense? I should not have reached yet. Somebody said it's going yesterday.
Much like the NDP, we all promise things.
Well, that's why making no sense right there.
Just gotta be patient.
Yeah.
No.
We have to reassess.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, we didn't have to reassess. We just time and place, Chris. Time and place.
Yeah. I didn't want to go with Luke, so I had to reassess. So I was
I wanted to go with Jeannie.
Really?
Yeah.
I ain't gonna go do it, you. You embarrass me.
Oh, you didn't say? That's what I got.
No, you were working.
Exactly.
Yeah. And he didn't want to go enough to tell you, take the shift off, man.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. We're making no sense.
Trust me, I want the hot.
You think the NDP now pulling back on the VAT and the what else again it was?
Let me give you the story.
Give me the story.
Reading from St. Vincent Times, 3% VAT reduction pledge will now be studied. You know, like take out your books.
Like
not
right now. Maybe in the future.
Yeah. The leader of the opposition, Ralph Gonzalez, on Tuesday made several critical points regarding VAT reduction, one of the NDP's 60-day campaign promises. Gonzalez said the NDP government is backing away from its election promise to reduce VAT from 16 to 13% within 60 days. Instead of an immediate reduction, the government has decided to study the matter and report back before the end of the year. The opposition leader stated that reducing...
Not a good look, man.
Yeah, no.
This ain't a good look.
Reducing VAT at the port and domestically would cost the Treasury approximately $60 million.
You see, you gotta remember too, you know.
Remember the Prime Minister said that at the time.
Yeah.
The big hoorah about, we could say what we want with this one. Maybe not for the bonus and all them thing, but for this one, that VAT reduction leave. That was the champion cock, you know. That was the champion cock, eh?
Got his neck sliced.
Yeah, he went on and he characterized the VAT-free day as a gimmick. I don't know why he keeps saying that. I don't think that was a gimmick. I think people truly appreciated that. He warned that because money is fungible. What does that mean? Losing this revenue would force the government to impose new taxes elsewhere. I guess, losing the concession money is not that big of a deal.
Look,
Wait, you think they'll get some licks for that?
Of course. Look, there's two sides to this story. One is how broke the country really is, right? But I think a lot of people will say that shouldn't have come as a surprise, right?
Yeah.
You should have had enough political clout to get an inside track of what was going on inside the Treasury, right? That's the first thing. The second thing is you were warned during the election that these things weren't possible.
Yeah, but you were warned by people who are opposing you.
Yes, but nonetheless, they did warn you. They did say, how are you going to pay for this? You can't do it, blah, 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 right?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe maybe you have to say that maybe the UOP were a little bit more honest than the NDP would, which is kind of mad to say, but is that possible? Were the NDP just saying whatever it took to get elected?
Possibly, but the ULP also were not saying.
The UOP said they couldn't do the bonus that the NDP promised. They came in way lower.
Mm-hmm.
They said they couldn't do the public assistance that the NDP offered.
Mm-hmm.
They came in way lower, right? They said they couldn't do the VAT-free shopping day as well. The VAT-free shopping day happened, so they got that one wrong. And they said the country couldn't afford to lower VAT.
Right.
And they also said CBI is dead in the water.
Okay.
So 4 of those 5, it would appear the UOP were correct.
But not to be sympathetic to the NDP, because really don't care that deeply. But the previous administration also said that, seemingly miscommunicated or misrepresented what the debt was.
Yeah, clearly.
Right?
Clearly.
So
mitigating factor.
If I'm the NDP coming in and I'm thinking that it's this.
Mitigating factor, yeah.
And then I come in and I realize, oh wait, it's double that.
Look, it's kind of like we and this is why I say it's kind of difficult to say, because the ULP create the problem. For once in their long tenure, they seem to have been honest about it. That's well, they were honest in the sense that we can't afford to do these things, right?
But
they weren't telling us why we couldn't afford it.
It's a two-sided sword, eh?
They weren't saying that, look, we know you can't do these things
because we know we broke.
Because we've royally screwed the economy.
We broke. They didn't say that part.
We screwed it under the Queen and we screwed it under the King. We royally screwed it.
And we continue.
Right? And if you left us there, we would have continued to screw it a little harder. But as it happens, we knew that you couldn't do these things. And turns out that they were right.
But it comes to the two sides. So now I could see me now being, let me say I am Dr. Friday. Mm-hmm. I am saying now, you saying that now because that's political, what do you call it? Picom. Or
it's just the role of the opposition.
It's just the role of the opposition to say it. So I am in my mind, I'm saying, well, yeah, you're only saying that because.
The only scary thing I think in all of this is, was the UOP's ship so tight that the NDP couldn't have found out what was really happening in the Treasury?
Yeah,
I don't buy that.
Nah, I buy it.
I don't buy that.
Remember, there was criticism of Dr. Friday, with the Public Accounts Committee or whatever it was called.
For lack of attendance and lack of questioning and blah blah blah. Yeah.
But I think, on the flip side of it, there were issues with the budget for like the auditor and
yeah.
So nobody buying that?
Boy, I don't know, man.
I think the unfortunate thing for the NDP is that they probably would have won convincingly without any of these promises.
Maybe.
Boy, I don't think so. They might do one, but they probably wouldn't go all men on deck.
Nah, you probably wouldn't have got maybe not 14-1.
You only need 8-7.
Right, I was saying.
I'll say if it was 8-7, it'd be chaos. It'd be chaos because they would have gone with that whole Fitz and Friday thing with the passport. It'd be just chaos.
Well, apparently they're still pursuing that.
Yeah.
Where does this leave the NDP? Because 4 out of 5 broken promises is a lot.
Yeah, boy, you have some explaining to do.
Even the bonus one, I mean, they weren't 100% on that one.
You think that
I think people would be disappointed.
People seem to have accepted the bonusing, but
you think
listen, if within 3 years they still fulfill some of those promises, I think it would be a good look. Maybe the 60 days they shouldn't have promised that.
Because the 60 days.
The 60 days is sharp.
Yeah, it's sharp.
Remember though, right? Remember their logic though, right? Lower the VAT.
People would spend more.
People will spend more. It'll stimulate the economy. So does that not still hold?
No, it can't hold because your debt is ballooned twice as much than you thought it was, so you have to service those payments. How are you going to service those payments when you cut your major revenue generating?
Can you at least drop it by 1%?
No, but remember, right? The argument is that your lower VAT, it stimulates the economy. Stimulating the economy will create more money.
So you get it back in maybe corporate tax or something.
Right? That was their argument. Huh?
Yeah. Morning.
Morning.
Yeah, but the lowering that from 16 to 30% is crucial, right? And they need to get hang of that. Because the average man don't want to hear.
It ain't happening this year, they're saying.
No. But the average man don't like that because remember, you campaigned for 60 days about it. And you should have known when you get in there where you would meet. Because a government in power for 25 years is not. And you just go in and you expect me to go on the inside, yeah?
Yeah.
So they should have known that. They're wrong with that one.
But I also think, though, that the argument that they use to justify it has now disappeared. Sorry, it hasn't disappeared, because if you say we're going to lower from 16 to 13, that's going to put more money in each of our pockets, which we are then going to spend which will further stimulate the economy. Then, by that logic, government coffers aren't gonna have a shortfall because we're gonna spend it anyway.
Andre Boyd says, with all the new measures taken by the U.S. policies towards Caribbean nations, plans like CBI, and alignment with countries like China, Venezuela, and Cuba, social and fiscal programs will definitely be seriously impacted. It's like a new COVID-like situation.
Trump is like COVID.
He's a bit of an illness there.
Oh, Trump is COVID.
But you know, the leader of the opposition did say that, or he's alleging that the U.S. had told them not to go to China.
Yeah, but by that token, they probably said don't go to Venezuela as well.
Yeah,
you know, and don't go to Cuba.
True.
But the former PM, as always, here's the part that is useful. Yeah. Where does this leave the NDP?
I think the NDP should still at least drop it by 1. You have to show an intent.
So they're not doing
that would equate to what, according to the form, like maybe 20 million.
They're saying they're not doing
in loss.
Yeah, because
if 3% is 60 in loss.
Why don't they just close all the concessions? Wasn't that 152 mil or something?
What is the legal ramifications of going against maybe a contract like that? I ain't reading that. You could read it. You could read it. I ain't reading that.
I'm forgetting to maybe.
But listen,
it's on your screen. You could read it.
Oba Stapleton is asking, how much money do we lose each year to companies like Sandals, Musty Company, etc.? They can do it. They just don't want to make the tough decisions to tax the people who can actually afford it.
Been saying that the longest while.
But let's say you have a legally binding agreement with Sandals.
I'm the government.
That
don't mean what?
That don't mean nothing.
Well, you stop it.
That
I
don't mean
am
nothing.
the government.
So if you have a like whatever the agreement is with government, with the then government,
it's a contract.
And here comes this government now and say, we ain't doing this. What could happen?
It's a contract.
Fam,
they could sue you.
Things change.
Yeah, but they could sue you.
Okay.
In which court? Mines?
The international courts.
And get upheld by who?
No, there are ramifications for it.
I know. I just put it in.
It's not that simple.
No, but what you can do though
is renegotiate.
Well, you could do that, or you could make it difficult for them.
But do you want to? Wait, in what way?
You could probably enforce things like work permits. I need a Vincention staff. Right?
At what level?
You have 12 months to get your workforce Vincention. You know, you could do things that you could make life difficult.
But you know, if I have a CARICOM skill certificate, because let's say a lot of their people are Jamaican. If I have a CARICOM skill certificate,
you could do things like
you
could probably do things like these full contracts. So you can't have like these renewable contracts. You're a full
You had to be full time.
Full time. Right? You can do stuff like that. Right?
But that sounds more like a law, which then applies to all of the other hotels as well.
Yeah, which
do you want to pressure everybody?
Which it probably should do.
Exactly.
If I'm a hotel in Beckway, if I'm a hotel in Beckway making money 6 months a year.
Also remember, right, that there is governments can selectively, or governments do selectively enforce policies.
Exactly.
We just haven't got around to the other hotels yet.
That's all.
That's started with you.
Yeah, but I mean,
so we didn't Peter Paper Paul kind of thing.
No, but it's a serious thing, huh?
I think you have to look at renegotiating.
All right. So what do we do? What do we do
if they refuse to renegotiate? I like the whole pulling back some of the concessions thing, but you try to renegotiate. If not willing to renegotiate, maybe you have to twist an arm a bit.
A bit, man. Make your wrist touch your head.
You do things like, right? You do things like you say, we did an audit on you. We estimate that you owe us,
like what Antigua did,
5 million in VAT over the last 6 months, right?
Yeah.
No, we don't. We don't owe you. We only owe you $1 million. All right, but we've counted how many people come in. We've estimated a spread across your rooms. Blah blah blah. This is what we think it is. We think on top of that, we know on average they spend X amount on tours, X amount on. You know what I mean?
So you cut back on those things.
No, you don't cut back on it. You start,
I want to collect my VAT.
I want my money.
Okay.
Right?
All right. I get you.
And in the absence of paying it on a monthly basis as agreed, the contract starts. You know what I mean? You could be a lot more aggressive with them. Yeah. Remember, we've basically had a policy of roll over on our back and let them rub our belly, and we good. Once we see SVG on a taxi in New York, we happy. That's like, boy, we made it.
Don't talk to me.
Mommy, I made it.
Don't talk to me. See the flag.
You know what I mean?
See the flag. Oh God, happy days.
When you hear like the prime minister talk about them kind of things, the former prime minister,
it's like, woo!
It's like, oh my gosh,
imagine that.
All right. What does that do for my pocket?
Yeah.
Because I never ever hear him say how much they contributed in VAT.
Not much.